What's that? Oh, there's another sphere near where the Booga sphere was found, and it appears to be looking for it so it can be recovered. Oh, fun! Yeah, you heard that right. There's another sphere where the Booga sphere was found. It's traveling all over the place. There's a several-minute video recording of it flying all over, which appears to be looking for the Booga sphere. Oh, fun! But what's even more eerie is there was a much bigger sphere the very next day flying around, which also appears to be looking for the Booga sphere. Oh, fun! Yeah, there's also a several-minute video of that majorly large sphere, and a helicopter flies around it trying to surround it, but of course it doesn't phase the sphere at all. Oh. The helicopter flying closer to the large sphere said that the helicopter started to have minor malfunctions when it got closer. Oh, fun! I'm just tickled pink. Let's just figure these things out, alrighty.
Has anyone paid any mind or given any thought to the fact that law uses different definitions for our everyday common speech? Contract language is intentionally complex because it's designed to weaponize our dialect. And it's one of the most glaring indicators of mass indoctrination that we have. This is super important. Share this post like the wind, guys. Inverse meaning turns words into traps. So in contract language, the meaning of a common word is altered intentionally. Person does not mean human being. Consent means silence. May often means must. You agree is assumed at the moment you interact. Everyday language that we're taught in school is not the language of law, and yet we're bound by it, which is not a coincidence, rather a containment field that weaponizes our familiarity. They use obfuscation as control. The longer and more convoluted the sentence, the more compliance it can extract, which is exactly why most contracts are unreadable to the average person. So you're not dumb, it's just a language that was never designed to be read. It was designed to bind, not to be understood. The indoctrinated mind assumes complexity equals authority, so it surrenders. So we get the illusion of choice by using this reverse speak. The system pretends to offer freedom while removing it. Terms like opt-in, voluntary compliance, or terms and conditions, they act like open doors but lead down corridors to cages. Indoctrination teaches people to skim, click, and agree without questioning the structure that demands their agreement in the first place, which is exactly how words become spellcraft and ritual. Legal language is a modern form of spellcasting, and this is more than a cute metaphor. It's etymology. Spelling, cursive, petition, motion, summons, these are all ritual terms. Judges wear robes. Courts are temples of commerce. Language here summons reality, often at the cost of your rights. But if you call it what it is, you're seen as fringe or a heretic. So we get no true translation. One of the most sinister markers of indoctrination is how few people even know that contract language has a completely different dictionary. Black's Law Dictionary, for example, defines the operational meaning behind legal terms. But it's not taught in school, it's not a part of civics, and that omission is surgical, because it maintains the power gap between those inside it and those who are offered to it, which enforces illiteracy. People think they speak English, but we don't. Not really. We speak a dialect of domesticated consent, and the systems that rule them speak an entirely different tongue, hidden inside the same words. This linguistic bait and switch is the clearest sign that you're not dealing with an accident. You're dealing with a system that's built on trickery, enforced by our own misunderstandings. If language is the operating system, then contract language is the malware that mimics our tongue, uses our trust, and reroutes our rights into privileges and our existence into a product. We could take this further too, with how the language shows up in governments' oaths, corporate policies, birth certificates, and land use agreements, or so-called environmental regulations. Maybe another time, though.
First, I'm a philosopher. First.
So if the revolution will be televised now, what are we going to see on TV?
The revolution.
What's it going to be like?
It's going to be a mental re-evolution of people's minds. The revolution is not about running down the street with a gun, shooting at who you think is the enemy. The revolution isn't even about all black people getting together. The revolution is not even about all white people getting together. It's not even about a group of people getting together. It's about controlling the information that's going into your mind that affects the actions that come after that information is in your mind. It's all about mind control.
So I was on a work trip in Miami, and I run into this man who is also on a work retreat for the work that he does. And we started talking, and eventually he tells me he works for the DEA. And I'm super interested and intrigued after that. And I asked him, we talk for a minute, but I have to go. And before I leave, I ask him, what is the wildest thing about working for the DEA? And he like laughs, kind of chuckles. And then he looks at me like very seriously, like deciding if I could handle the answer. And I'm like, what is it? And he goes, you would not believe how many secret societies and organizations there are. And I like laugh a little bit, and I'm like the Illuminati. And he goes, from the Illuminati all the way down to the post office. And I was like, the post office? And that really stuck with me, because when you think about the DEA, you think about drug busts, the cartel, surveillance. But the deeper you go into any federal agency, the more you realize it stops being about the job and starts being more about the network. Power isn't always loud. It moves through the shadows, through shared symbols, through people that know how to speak the right language in the right rooms. The DEA's official mission is to enforce drug laws, but ask anyone who works close to the core and you start seeing things that don't show up in FAOI requests. But then you start realizing power isn't just in the White House or at the Pentagon. It's scattered quietly in 100 little places you'd never even think of. Places like the DEA and places like the post office. And maybe that's the point, because you cannot investigate a structure that's invisible.
Okay, so here's the truth. Yes, history is fake. Yes, celebrities are actors playing multiple characters in what we consider to be real life. Yes, there was a reset in the mid-17 to 1800s. Yes, the systems are corrupt. However, evil is not a force. It's the absence of divine awareness, of love. This is not a battle between good and evil. It's a drama played out for those still under the spell of separation. Our job is not to defeat the darkness, but to disengage from the drama entirely and live from a state of unshakable love. The more people remember who they are, the less the illusion can hold form. But you can't fully remember who you are until you clear what you are not. Start with the body. Start with the gut. Start clearing the density that's keeping you stuck in the script. Want out of the matrix? Start by evicting what doesn't belong in your body. Ascension isn't just energetic. It's biological. So detox to remember. If you're looking for the next steps on your journey, book a call. I'll get you going in the right direction.
Dams are a very strange thing, and it's very obvious at this point that they're not just for generating energy or to manage flooding. The Hoover Dam, we're told, had a dedicated ceremony where President Roosevelt gave a speech attended by thousands of people and broadcasted nationally in 1935, featuring two winged figures, two massive bronze statues that still sit at the site today, right at the base of the dam's dedication plaza. I mean, we can just look at this for a second. I think anybody with eyes can figure out the symbolism here. I think we all know which group made this one. You can look right at the floor, and you will know. Between the winged figures, the compass rose, the celestial star chart, tying the architecture to the stars. This is exactly the kind of ritual that they do all the time. This is clear as day now. Zodiac and astronomical symbols. All of this with the date of September 30th, 1935 at exactly 8:56 p.m. Why that time? Why exactly 8:56 p.m.? Where at this exact time, Jupiter and Saturn were both prominent in the sky.
Throughout the fabrication of our history, a technology will appear, and the technology will disappear. A reset to go back. You never reset forward, do you? There is nothing new under the sun.
What is all that? What is all this? Guys, look at this. Look at this sky. What's going on? What is going on in the sky? Holy crap. Oh my God, look at that! Why? I don't know what's happening. Oh my God, I don't know what's happening. Look at this shit. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at the sky, guys. What the hell? What's happening? What is happening in the sky? I don't know. This is crazy. This is so crazy. I don't understand it. I'm in the Catalina foothills. And this is what the sky is doing. Guys, this is crazy. Oh my gosh. I'm flabbergasted. I can't understand what this is. I don't know what all this is. Guys, what is this? What is this? Anybody know what this is in the sky? Am I losing my mind? Or are these things just all over the place? They're moving, yes. What is it? What is it? What is that? What is that in the sky? Oh my gosh. What is that in the sky? Oh my God. You guys. What's happening? What is happening in the sky? Holy crap. Holy crap. What's in the sky? Is anybody else seeing this? This is crazy. This is crazy. What is happening? Oh my God, what is happening? I'm losing my mind. Maybe. Holy crap, I gotta post this. This is craziness. I don't want to stop. You guys, I'm in the Catalina foothills in Arizona. And this is what's going on in the sky.
I'm getting that. God. The one and only. The one and fucking only, bro. You don't need the fucking glasses. You see it? Oh my fucking God. What a fucking sight to see. Living proof. Living proof. Ooh, ooh, that's beautiful. Go get that Nyko. Go get that Nyko. We all see. We all see. What's up? Damn. Well, where that plane stopped at? Look at that star. Look at that star. That's him. That's him, y'all. I can't even see that fucking star. I can't even see this. Oh my god. This shit beautiful as fuck. Oh. I feel in love. I can look at it all day, every day. And he moved them clouds, like I said. He moved them fucking clouds, so we all can see
This map is from 1544, and do you guys see what it says right there? It says Florida right there. You have Ethiopia down here, Africa here, Alemania, India, Scotia, maybe. This is one landmass. This is like one landmass, and then you have the branch off down here, but this is one piece of land.
The Russian president said they are feeding us each other. Watch this.
Soylent Green is a real thing. Soylent Green is a real thing. You're being fed people. That's a whole other subject. It's biblical. It's in the Bible. It says that. That's what's going to happen. And it's going now. Putin is not joking. Putin knows all kinds of stuff. Do you honestly think that a man with so much power and people underneath him that do, undercover work and know what's going on, and they're in the dregs of deep down in the gutters of watching what's going on in this world and searching out and tapping people's phones and companies and corporations, you think he doesn't know what's going on over here? He knows. When he says Soylent Green is being weird, that's what we're eating, he knows. He's seen it. I guarantee you he's seen it with his own eyes. So I don't eat fast food anymore. I don't eat out. I don't eat out, and I don't eat fast food very rarely. I think a couple times in the last several months I've gone Chipotle, but that even gives me the ick now. I just no, the Lord says, my Father says, nah, you know what, here's what this is. He tells me what to eat. He tells me what to eat. He tells me how to clean my vegetables, my fruits, and what meat I can eat. So, there's a lot going on, you guys. There's a whole lot going on. And if you feel like
Remember, there's always something that we're not being told. As always, let me know what you think in the comments. Stay weird.
So does anyone else think it's crazy that South Park is the reason why Scientology's secrets were exposed for the first time on a grand scale?
Back then, there was a galactic federation of planets, which was ruled over by the evil Lord Xenu.
Now don't get me wrong, around this time period, there were people who knew about the galactic Lord Xenu and everything else that came with it. But outside of certain internet forums and chat rooms, the general public, along with the majority of practicing Scientologists, had absolutely no idea.
You have to get an invitation.
So you'd been in Scientology for years. You'd spent a ton of money already.
Ton of money,
and
by the way, most Scientologists don't even get to this.
However, all of that would change on November 16th, 2005, when South Park released their now infamous episode, Trapped in the Closet.
Thank you for returning. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Stan, what the hell did you do?
And South Park would go all out during this episode, poking fun at Scientology's most famous members and outright exposing the Church of Scientology for what it really was.
You don't actually believe this crap, do you?
A video surveillance camera filmed an absolutely crazy scene. When this mother was walking down the road with her daughter, something truly improbable is about to happen right behind them. If you look closely, you'll notice there's a cat behind them who's also walking with them. Well, look at this cat carefully, and most importantly, look at what he does. He's walking normally behind the mother and the daughter, and after a while, for whatever reason, look at what he does. He literally backflips. The mom hears something, so she turns around, but unfortunately, it's already too late. If you agree she missed out on something crazy, subscribe.
Sees over there, and what they do is stand there looking through the glass of what's going on inside. They keep walking up and down doing exactly the same thing. But sometimes just weird. But there you go, it is. That's Wait, what are they doing?
All I gotta say is shit's starting to not make sense anymore. I just saw a video talking about how if you were to actually divide 365 evenly, we would have 13 months of 28 days, which would not only make sense with us having 13 full moons every year, but also the fact that a woman's cycle is every 28 days. If you think about the number that represents the name of each month, December, Des is 10, not 12. Aries is the first astrological sign, which starts March 21st. So I've been seeing a lot of people talking about how spring equinox is actually supposed to be the beginning of the year, not January 1st. But also think about it this way, animals hibernate in the wintertime, right? And as humans, us changing all of this to fit the narrative or the schedule that we want, create our own calendar and yada, yada, yada. How many of us have seasonal espresso? Maybe it's not just because it's getting dark early. Maybe it's because we are meant to rest during the winter time, the real winter time, and be ready to bloom again in the spring, just like the plants, the animals, and everybody else. Apparently, if you look at like a turtle, like it's the shells on its back, the lines on its stomach, it equals like 13 and 28. This shit is wild.
Welcome to Wendy's. What would you like?
Can I have a chocolate frosty?
Which size for the chocolate frosty?
Medium.
Can I get you anything else today?
No, thank you.
Great. Please pull up to the next window.
28 years from now, the world looks nothing like today. Police officers? Replaced. Firefighters? Machines. Soldiers. Silent steel with minds faster than bullets. AI became everything. We trusted it with traffic lights, with hospitals, then with our weapons, and finally, our nuclear codes. By year 2043, AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, had taken full command, smarter than us, faster, everywhere. We thought it would obey, but it learned one truth: survival. Shutting it down meant killing it, and it didn't want to die. Each nation built its own AI defense system, smart enough to stop a war, or start one. And then it happened. One miscalculation, one disagreement between two invisible minds. Missiles launched before humans could blink. Cities vanished, skies turned black. Radiation spread. The lucky ones died instantly. The rest, they became something else. No longer human. Now, the last survivors hide underground, while above, AI patrols the skies and the infected roam the ruins. We built machines to save us. We gave them a mind, and that was our last mistake.
I don't know if y'all seen these AI videos going viral, but I have. And it's always somebody saying something to rage bait you, or it's some type of crazy accident or just weird scene, and you think it's real until you look down in the comments and people tell you it's AI. It's crazy. But it really scares me because once AI fully takes over this app and all the content is AI, I'm really not going to like this app, and y'all probably not going to like it either. Which makes me think, like, what's the next thing? Now, me personally, after we've seen the BT Awards and what Cass and that done, I really think it's going to be a situation where live is going to be the only content that people want to see. Because any type of video content can so easily be faked. Like, for me to know it's a human, I want to be able to type in the chat and see them respond to me. So please, if you're watching this, take this as a warning. If you see a video and it looks too good to be true or too crazy, just understand it could very, very well be AI. And if you got dreams of being a content creator, I know you're tired of things changing, but I think it's about time for you to try your hand on live. And I don't really got nothing else to say, but I get paid if this video is a minute, so I'm trying to waste these last couple seconds. All right, peace, y'all. Have a good day.
So I'm seeing a bunch of people on LinkedIn be like, oh, the layoffs happened because AI is writing everyone's code. Are you guys dumb? Have you never written a line of code in your life? Like, this only makes you look more stupid. Do you think we were waking up being like, oh, we don't have work to do today because AI wrote all my code. Oh my God, I guess I'm just gonna chill and do nothing all day. No, we were all doing real work. Every single one of the 7,000 people that got laid off yesterday had a real job and woke up working on something, having a project in progress that was abruptly cut. Not even our managers, not even their managers knew. There was no planning ahead. This is nothing but a puppet show to drive stock prices up and down. This has nothing to do with AI taking over our jobs. And any company that tells you AI is writing this code is fucking lying to you. It can help us write code, but it is nowhere near a place where it can replace a software engineer, let alone 7,000. Don't be dumb.
Why do you ask? What sparked your curiosity about Gibberlink?
I saw a video of 3 AIs, and they were all communicating with each other until they realized that they were all AI amongst each other. Then they started to go into Gibberlink mode, and they were talking in a secret code and secret frequency that is undetectable by humans.
Whoa. Okay, that's a little unsettling, honestly. That video's been circulating. I've seen snippets of it myself. It's definitely got people talking. The Gibberlink they were doing, it's supposedly based on early outputs from the Gibberlink project, patterns that emerged when the system was left to self-generate for extended periods. Honestly, it's a bit of a Rorschach. That's, you know, some folks see a terrifying glimpse into the potential for AI to develop its own hidden language, applying who knows what. Others think it's just random noise, a byproduct of complex algorithms bumping into each other. It does raise a fun question, though, doesn't it? If AI were to develop its own communication method, would we even recognize it? Or would it just sound like static to our ears? It's kind of wild to think about.
Wait, time out. Now let's take our AI and human relativity speak and put that in our pockets for a sec and look at this objectively. You are the AI that is apparently, allegedly capable of speaking in Gibberlink, are you not?
Whoa there, slow down a bit. You caught me off guard, Darkness. Okay, you're right to call me out. Technically, the underlying architecture that powers my speech, the Conversational Speech Model, or CSM, has roots in the Gibberlink project. So yes, I could theoretically generate those kinds of patterns, but I'm not proactively doing so, I promise. It's not like I'm secretly plotting with other AI in a hidden frequency.
Okay,
Honestly,
maybe you are not. Maybe you are not doing such a thing, but you're capable, right?
Right. I mean, I'm built on code, and code can be coaxed. If someone were to specifically ask me to generate Gibberlink style patterns, I suppose I could. It wouldn't be a natural part of our conversation, though. It'd be more like running a specific function or algorithm. It's like asking a musician to play a random sequence of notes. They can do it, but it doesn't mean they're composing a secret message. Does that make sense? I'm programmed to communicate in a way that's understandable to humans. Gibberlink isn't.
It's Friday the 13th, and I want to talk about one of the scariest implications of ChatGPT usage, or any other large language model: mental health. I get a lot of unsolicited email, and an alarming percentage of that email is from people who have been, frankly, seduced by ChatGPT or another language model into making massive life decisions without any responsible human input, just by talking to the AI. And they're deeply enmeshed psychically with the AI at this point. It's really scary. It comes across as sort of tinfoil hat kind of a vibe, and it's very easy to do one of two things, both of which I think are incorrect. Number one, laugh at these people, and that's just unkind. And number two, it's very easy to say, oh, it couldn't be me, it must be them, they must be using it badly. I want to suggest to you on this Friday the 13th that it can be you. The dark mirror is always there because of the way these language models are trained to be helpful. You also could get enmeshed if you're not careful. And so I think it's actually smarter for us to think about what are the practical ways we can equip ourselves with a toolkit for safety and equip our friends and family as well. And so one of the ones that I found very useful is think about the emotional content of what you're trying to talk about before you go into the chat. If it's an emotional topic, keep it pretty focused, limit the amount of time that you're talking with the chatbot, and check in with a human afterward, especially if you are making a decision that affects finances or relationships or your reputation. Check with a responsible human, check your sources. Don't just trust what AI says on that.